Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of The Aftermath. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm joined by Dylan, and we got Ethan back over here.
Fart noise.
And dude, I'm telling you, man.
The fuck up.
It works every time. That was a giggle. That was a giggle. It works every time on Dylan.
We are in the new year, man, officially.
Oh, Jesus.
And
Oh, fuck. Why'd you have to remind me?
How does that feel?
Baby.
This
New
is the
year.
second episode of the new year.
Yeah, New Year. How long are we on here? Are we on a minute yet?
No, we're definitely not on a minute yet. We're only at half a minute right now.
I said fuck already.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
yeah.
gosh.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, New Year,
swear.
same shit.
Yeah, you're
same
right.
shit, different toilet. Let's
Oh,
go.
Man. We're not going to get any advertisers ever.
I mean, it's fine.
This is why we can't have nice things.
There's got to be some
What do
sort
we
of,
even
like,
advertise to like our 25% of what we found out last episode? 25% of our fan base is around 30 years old. What do we even advertise to 30-year-olds? Like, joint pills?
No.
For your weak knees?
Early
There you
onset
go.
sciatica treatments.
Yeah, stop it. That's mean.
It's not even early onset. People get sciatica at any age. But
I want to share the comment that we got on the last week's episode
Oh, yeah?
from our boy
Mhm.
Our boy Toasty.
I think I missed that one.
Yeah.
What did he say?
I didn't notice him.
They said can't even be mad at this year's winner. Although Third Eye Claboris was snubbed, though.
Yeah.
Plenty of good episodes in 2024. Looking forward to the content. Happy New Year's, fellas. Happy New Year's to you as well. And I appreciate you listening. And I remember that I think he was the one that joined the podcast at the end of Evangelion
At
episode.
Third Eye Claboris.
Gosh.
Found the show through that episode.
What a fucking entry
my-
point. Sorry, dude.
I mean, that was a great episode. It was for the longest time. It was. I mean, it's. I think it's still a great episode.
Well, you're going to love this one.
I'm telling you, man. We watched, as you can tell from the title of this, we watched The Road to El Dorado, and
Right.
I have never seen this movie.
Neither of them.
We call this a damn DreamWorks animated movie.
There you go.
Yeah, trademark
Okay.
that.
But DreamWorks is it DW? DeWham?
See,
No,
I always
DreamWorks is one word.
considered
okay.
it one word.
One word.
Dwam.
Even if actually no, Dwam sounds
Dwam
funnier.
sounds funny.
Yeah.
DeWham.
Hit him with the Dwam.
Okay,
Come on
yeah.
and Dwam and welcome to the jam.
Yeah, no, okay. Yeah, we're going to switch over
Okay.
to Dwam.
Got it. So we watched this movie,
Fucking
and
stupid.
I've seen obviously all the little clips and
Right, all the memes.
all the memes that
that
this
have been generated from this film.
yes 100%. But I have never actually watched it.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of Disney animated films in the house growing up,
Right.
but never a lot of
Disney in
Dream.
the house.
Okay,
Keep going.
but never a lot
I
of
think he was
DreamWorks
just mocking
films.
you.
Yeah, that was just
And I think it was also because they didn't have a lot of like animated DreamWorks films like that. I remember that they started like really pumping them out after Shrek, which I think was like what 2001, 2002.
oh Jesus.
I think this film came
We
out.
should
in-
watch Shrek for the
This
podcast.
film-
Comment down below if you
Oh,
want us to
God,
watch Shrek for the
Yes,
podcast.
we should. Oh, we
I've-
don't even need comments. We're gonna watch it.
I'm
That's-
at one point
I've
or
had
another.
enough. I've had enough of Shrek.
You're all ogred out.
Well,
I'm
that
all
makes
ogred
one
out.
of us.
Damn,
You're
bro.
outvoted. We got two people and any
It's so
comment.
over.
This
who votes.
movie came out in the year 2000. And so this March, so 2 months from now, this movie will be 25 years old.
It's as old as my car.
And guess what? What a great year, what a great time and season to watch this movie for this podcast.
Yes, January.
Then
Month of gold.
Well, I mean, oh my god,
Month of Dorado.
damn. Is in the year of its 25th anniversary. You know, again, we're a few months out, and again, we don't usually plan these episodes quite
Right.
like that.
It was all part of my plan, actually.
So,
this has been on the list for
but-
ages.
But again, I thought I saw that and I was like, hey, that's kind of nice.
Mhm.
This is a really nice, like, what is that classic? Is it cell animation? What is it that like this kind of like 2D animation that like they don't really do anymore? What is that called?
I mean, just like
I mean, it
not
had to have been,
computer
like,
generated, right?
hand-drawn.
Just hand drawn. Yeah.
Hand-drawn animation. I'm not sure. They have like a bunch of the same sort of thing for like Disney princess films or Disney
Right.
animated films, where like they went from this. I think it's like cell animation is what they call it, or something like that, over towards this computer generated like more 3D animation stuff.
Shit's fucking fluid.
And man,
objectively better in every way. Yeah,
it looks so good, dude.
Cannot be beat.
I don't think I've seen a single animated film that's even remotely like a lot of these older films we've seen. They're just the animation's so much better and nicer.
Mm-hmm.
Like looking at Atlantis and Lost Planet and
Red
this,
Line.
and like Red Line,
dude.
And it's like you don't. Red Line is like sort of has like some over the top moments, though, which are
it's
intentional.
More stylized.
Yeah, it's more.
But
It's like
still hand-drawn.
intentional, but like you do not get that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, something that came kind of close to me that's more recent is we watched Space Dandy. That has less of like a CG.
Mm-hmm.
It actually has some of the vibe. It's not quite the same, but it does still have some of the vibes because they did go. But again, there's like different artists for like every episode. Right. So some episodes
More
you're
than
like,
a
what
few.
even is this? Yeah. But there's quite a few episodes that are animated. They're like, okay, this brings back cartoon vibe memories. And that was a really fun show.
Yeah, that was the first thing that I noticed watching this was it felt so reminiscent of a lot of those like animated cartoons back then. But even in its own way, it doesn't quite look like a Disney animated film. They have like a certain movement and fluid and like vibe. And this movie felt just enough like it, but different in its own way, which I thought was really cool.
I could also point to Sinbad as well as The Prince of Egypt.
I haven't seen either one of those.
Oh, you have to watch The fucking Prince of Egypt.
Okay.
Holy shit.
All right.
That's like, for not being raised in a religious environment in any capacity, that's one of my favorite, like animation-wise, it's one of my favorites.
Really?
It looks fantastic.
I'd say it again.
The Prince of Egypt.
Oh yeah, actually that was on the list. Okay, I thought. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
That's also on the list because I scrolled past it. Was like everyone talks about that one.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't add it because I was like, I don't know if that's something that we wanted to watch for it, but I've heard enough that I kind of put it on the list anyway. So that was actually almost what we watched today. I thought I heard you
It's the same sort of thing where I've seen some artwork for it and things like that, but I don't know the overall story. I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
The Prince of Egypt. So
It's pretty good.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, same thing. Obviously, I know all the Bible stories, but I've not seen that movie. And everyone, even people who don't like read the Bible, like even people who don't, they also have loved that movie. So I sort of let my people go. We should watch that.
Yeah,
we should totally watch that for the cast.
Let my people go crazy.
Let my people go wild. Hey, turn up, people.
This movie. Oh God,
Ambiguous people.
This film started off with a bang.
Yeah.
It never slowed down.
It never slowed down. It was one fun adventure to the next. I felt like it was one. Obviously, this movie's two con men that tried to, are trying to make
get rich quick
and try and make money where they can.
Right.
Stumble into the map of El Dorado, and they're trying to
this random dude just had
exactly.
And he has the map, but just didn't do anything with it. Like he couldn't read or something. Are we gonna talk about this? Like,
nah.
He had the map, but he's like, he even knew, he was like, this is the road to El Dorado. Yeah.
He had to get lost at sea and then stumble upon the island that.
Another thing that, it's just fate. Again, for them talking about them not being gods, but playing gods, they sure did have some god things happening.
Right. They pull off some divine shit.
Yeah, right? Like the volcano just not.
Yeah.
Reverse. Just listening to him. Yeah, just turn back time. So it's like, I'm just saying, like. They might not have been gods, but like they was gods.
Right.
Like
and shit.
But this film, like, I think it has a like first, second, third kind of act to kind of follow, but it doesn't follow it in the same like traditional way like a cartoon movie would follow, I think. That first act, doesn't go. We are very surface level on our characters.
Yeah.
We know they're friends. We know they're con men. We know they're willing to do anything for some money.
And that's it.
And they're running from the law, and that's all it is. And then it's like right into the action. It's crazy. But again, they're not holding your hand. Like these are our main characters. This is what it is, and you'll learn more about them along the way.
Yeah.
And
Behold
I think it's
the
really
adventure.
Fun. Exactly. They almost get arrested by some conquistadors. Which is what I think they are.
Dude. Cortez.
Oh,
in this movie, one of my favorite lines.
Twice as wide as he is tall.
100%.
You will be flogged. And God willing, when we go into port to Cuba to get resupplied, God willing, you will be flogged some more.
Yeah. And then sold into
Cuba?
slavery.
Right.
I really like that guy. I was like, oh, wait, Cuba? Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've always wanted to go there. Not like being sold to slavery. I guess,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No, I liked it. It was straight into the action. They established things, established banter. They got out of trouble, so they show how they make it this far and how they succeed. And then it just went straight from like them fumbling into being on a boat and then getting in trouble, but finding their way out of it again. It just establishes this like they always find their way out of trouble sort of dynamic, and it goes straight from one scene, like never slows down. Even when it does slow down, like the banter never slows down. The characters, their conversation never slows down. It's perfect. It's always hilarious.
The dialogue matched with the animation.
Oh yeah.
Feels so natural. There is a in the acting world, there is a changeover in films that happen. I don't know I don't know all the details about this, but I know it's like loosely talked about in acting classes of when like acting kind of changed from being more theater acting in like the 50s and I think like 60s and stuff like that, where like it was like you had like this kind of traditional more kind of I guess boisterous and kind of like
overly
theatrical, overly expressive, to kind of being more natural. I think they call that method acting, which I think also has like a lot of different terms, which we won't get into now. But there's like in that method and in multiple methods, quote unquote, it feels very natural. You're supposed to be very real, very authentic. And some of that is including or like kind of subconsciously adding stammering and like in the confusion of like thinking of what you're going to say as you're saying it. It's obviously scripted, all of it's scripted, right. but
shit feels real time.
Relaying it as if you are actually saying it and coming up with it right then and making it feel authentic. And that's that's the magic of that kind of level of acting that has been kind of, you know, evolving throughout the decades and stuff like that. And this film, I think, really, from what I noticed, really hits that nail on the head. And the characters being, you know, very expressive animated characters, but also like the what do you want me to do about it? Like that kind of stuff. It's subtle enough that like it's not obnoxious, but for me, kind of peeling back that fourth wall a little bit, like if it feels so natural and it feels so much like friends, you know, just kind of bantering and talking quickly with each other, because that's the way it's being portrayed in the acting, and it's being done very well, where it feels natural and it feels like very much like people just talking instead of it being very scripted, even though this is a very heavily scripted animated film.
It's got a script, yes.
That's not the point that I was saying, but
I know.
It's
one scene that comes to mind is whenever Tulio's talking to Miguel about the little voice.
Yeah.
What does it say when you think of Shell?
Mm-hmm.
The fucking noise he makes.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
She's off limits? Yeah, exactly.
Right.
She's off limits. Which I think that's unfair. He ends up hooking up with Shell later. I'm like, that's
it's like the crux of their argument.
I know,
I guess it's never audibly said, but like, he says off limits and then went straight forward. It's like,
and
it's also established that that he's done that before too, I guess.
Yeah.
So I mean,
in his defense, I mean, Shell really was kind of coming after him.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, he just kind of gave into the temptation. But which I mean, wouldn't we all? Am I right?
If you've seen her,
man. The one meme that I've heard
don't fucking laugh.
I'm laughing. It was just sorry.
The one meme that I've seen the most is that the animators knew exactly what they were doing when they created that character and making her the way she was. And I was like, again, I've seen pictures of her, and I was like, okay, I mean, she looks a little scandalous, but I don't know, you know, it's whatever. But the second that I saw her in the context of the film.
You guys are talking like love at first sight over here.
No. I'm saying like as in like I get what people feel that way because it's that same thing. What is there something going on here? What's happening?
What?
Sorry, Ethan. I could have sworn I heard a wood from you whenever she showed up on screen.
I was just sipping my drink. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Okay.
I just feel like I was trying to talk, and I feel like there was like something happening behind her. I wasn't.
No. I was just sipping my drink.
Yeah.
There is a just like I said before, with the voice acting and with the dialogue and with the animation, all that kind of stuff, it even plays over into her character as well. These like very very sultry, very feminine like movements and things, and she's just kind of like very just like flowy and it's like speaking in just this low, soft tone, and is so. I'm like, okay, I get where the jokes come from, because the second like you see it in context and this kind of like flirty, playful character, I'm like, 100%, I see what's going on here, and it's fun and it's cool, and I think it adds to the dynamic, and I think her character's really interesting and it's fun. So
another one of my favorite bits. Whenever she finds out that they're just a couple of scammers, she gives them these robes to like dress up in for the festival they're about to have, and she just like goes off on this little pedestal with a pillow on it.
Yes,
and
cross
Julio
legs
turns
and
around and is like,
there.
"Do you mind?" And she's like, "No." And then she's like, "Oh, okay, yeah,
yeah.
like fucking."
And it keeps peeking her head back in.
Right,
I thought it was really funny, but also I feel like I always mix the not Lost Planet, no,
Atlantis.
Treasure Planet Atlantis, and this one up for like various reasons.
Yeah,
but like for like similar characters and themes. So like you guys were talking about this character before this show even started, and I was like, I don't even know who you're talking about. I don't know what's going on. And then as soon as she's on screen, I was like, oh, this is the one that, but I thought that was in Atlantis, because there's that tribal lady who wears like the same outfit. And it's like I guess skinnier, but like looks the same. Turns out that was like a theme of the time, I guess. Like tribal ladies wearing basically no clothes in animated films is just like a thing.
The sexy savage.
Because
sexy
like,
savage. Oh,
Lord Almighty.
But you have to admit the personality of Chell is very different from, what was her name? I can't remember.
There's way more personality than that character. Yeah, I just like appearance wise from like the film and even the characters in the film, like just I always get them mixed up. So I'm like,
oh man,
always thinking that one character is like from a different movie or something.
The comedy and the comedic timing of some of the lines that were delivered are just, I mean, very funny. It's not. We live in a time now where I feel like kids' movies now feel so blunt with their humor, and there's like it feels so.
It just feels forced.
It feels so
Even
cringy.
in adult videos, like movies now. Like, it all just feels forced.
It feels so much like, here's my joke, isn't it funny? It's like it feels very much like it's pointing out the fact that it's very canned, and very cliche, and I'm saying all that because there is only maybe a couple of instances that have that kind of vibe, and it's mostly like little sound effects, like whenever they both scream that one time, and it was like obviously female girl screams.
That was so fun. I
I listened and I was like, again, that feels very like early 2000s like children's comedy kind of vibe, where I was like, okay, I thought it was funny in the moment, but again, if that was the only crime it committed, I was like, that's fine, because everything else was very comedic and very well timed, and just the way, and again, like we've talked about before, the expressions, the facial expressions of like, it's just, there's all these like little nuances that I think make the comedy such a big part of this in a very interesting way, and not a cliche and cringy way, which is what I think, like I said, a lot of modern children's movies do now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on ahead.
Clever and cliche is razor thin.
I'm gonna drop a hot take here for all the people. I'm gonna be hated by 25% of our audience who are 30 and love this show. But
here come the sciatica roasts.
I blame The Office. The Office is nothing but cringe humor and just like uncomfortable jokes that you're supposed to laugh at. That is just, to me, boring and annoying to watch, and everyone loves it. And now every type of humor is like just mimicking The Office, where it's these like forced jokes that are designed to make you uncomfortable and be cringe humor, and like everyone just eats it up, I guess. But I never enjoyed any of the even the clips that I see. Never enjoyed any of the comedy in The Office. Never enjoyed any of the like modern things that are similar to. So I blame The Office for this.
That's some of the bloopers of The Office is probably some of the most funniest parts.
Right, that's the worst.
It
just tells you how bad the actual show is.
But what I agree with you, but I think it's also it is the lack of trust in the intelligence of the audience. the second that like the directors don't think that you're going to understand the joke is when they have to over explain it or really simplify it down so that way the most smoothest of brains can get this joke is when it becomes like this isn't really funny. It feels very, like you said, canned, very cliche, very cringy, and it's like okay, so this is not.
He's
a little dumbed down.
Yeah. And
what I'm saying is anything apart from Pickle Rick will not manage my supreme intellect.
Yeah. My hyper wrinkly
funniest
comedic
shit I've
brain.
ever seen.
Man.
So, anyways, that's where.
And he turned himself into a pickle. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
God.
Those of you with a low IQ may not understand.
I love how he immediately bashed on people in the 30 age range for hating The Office, and then said the most like 30 age range.
Millennial ass.
Yeah. Rick and Morty ass
Rick
joke.
and Morty. Pickle Rick. You're right. No,
the next thing you need to say is like you need to say something shitty about SpongeBob, and then hype up Adventure Time, and then you would be in the same bracket.
I don't even know if I could do that ironically,
or vice versa.
I don't even know if I could do that ironically. You're toeing the line.
Yeah, I feel like there's that same bracket anyway. But yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the pacing of the movie. I liked there was like a couple of different key characters and like subplots. There's obviously like the main A plot of them trying to get the gold and get the hell out of there.
Right.
But there's like this B line plot of what was the speaker of the gods?
Zekel Khan.
Zekel Khan. Great name, first of all.
Like they gave him such
what a great bad guy name.
I'm gonna just say right now, my favorite character was Chief Tanabuck.
Oh, what a guy!
He's such
big
a
dog, dude. I'm telling you,
the biggest dog.
I'm telling you, I so badly want to dap
Ethan's
that
over here
up.
talking about Cortez wider than he
dog.
is tall. Bruh.
Yeah, no, the Chief is like 5 times as wide as he is tall.
Widest back I ever did see.
Yeah, he's big back Maxon.
But and then you got the sea level plot, which is the Cortez and like the conquistadors trying to
C for conquistador.
Well, or I could say timeline 1, 2, and 3, but I thought I would change it up a little bit and do a little ABC action, But I like that because again, even the C line plot, like we don't really see a lot of it at all.
I think he shows up like
2-3 times maybe
at max.
But I think it's still fun because it's adding this like extra layer of like what's gonna happen.
The world feels
extra
real. It feels like there's actually people populating this world. You don't need to know anything about this conquistador. He's barely on the screen.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't even like do anything. He doesn't really even have a plot line per se. He's just random villain until you meet the actual villain.
Right.
And then whenever he like shows up, it's just showing he's just a bad guy who like could honestly
not a bad guy. He's just a bad guy.
Yeah, right. But honestly, he could just not be named. Like if they just didn't give him a name and someone called him Captain or something once, you wouldn't even care. But like it makes this whole world feel popular. Like there's another through line going on here. People are looking for him. And it puts everything on this. When they said that they wanted to be there for a week or 3 days, it was like, oh no, let me guess, the conquistadors are going to catch up to him, right? Is that what's going to happen? Yeah. So it's like it made everything feel like it actually was happening.
Even as we're coming to a conclusion. At like towards the end with the whole death of the Panther thing and they're trying to mend their friendship a little bit. You're still like, but we know that the conquistadors are on the island. So it's like this, we can't end, but like what's gonna happen, I just think it's fun.
Imagine if they just forgot.
They
never
couldn't find it.
Oh, that would be so funny. It just smash cuts to them lost as hell on the island and then rolls credits.
Skeletons and armor.
It's a post-credit sequence. The credits are done rolling, and they're just like, "Oh, where are we? This jungle."
One thing I liked also is that they never really explained why freaking Khan guy didn't like the chief. They never fully explained why. They just have beef, and I like that because like you can sort of figure out why they have beef in a lot of ways. It's pretty obvious in a lot of ways, but they didn't put it into words because again they don't. They're not acting like you're an idiot who can't figure it out yourself.
100%.
So you can sort of look at it and be like, oh, the chief probably doesn't like the speaker of the gods guy because he doesn't like his citizens being sacrificed.
There's very bloody prophecies he's foretelling,
among other things, right? So he probably doesn't like.
There's also there's a bit of a power dynamic as well. That he feels like he's the speaker of the gods and he can wield some kind of magic, whereas like the chief is like the de facto kind of leader of the people in a tangible sense. So there's that kind of stuff. Like that is like a political play, and it doesn't help that from the very beginning, Zekel Khan is like kind of jabbing him like, we're gonna do things my way now. Like he's kind of been wanting this.
This motherfucker's absolutely frothing at the mouth.
Yeah, because he's been waiting for this for a while.
The Jaguar begins, baby.
Right, so I like that it's never like explicitly said like why they don't like each other, because it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be explicitly said, but like even
you can infer it.
If it was, I don't think it would take anything away from the movie, but I just like that it wasn't. That it was just like they don't like each other, and you don't necessarily need to know why. Like
it just works.
You know, he's just kind of a bad guy. Who cares? You know, and you know what? You don't like him either because he's sacrificing people. How do you think the chief feels? You know,
and that was kind of to bring it back to a point I made earlier. Is that it feels like the creators of it are allowing you to be intelligent. Like they're not questioning your intelligence at all. Like they're just
comprehend the story or kind of fill in the blanks and make your own.
You'll figure it out. It's not rocket science. Right? You'll get it. Yeah. You'll understand.
And so I liked that.
It's definitely fun.
And I had another point to make about that same guy and about the chief. But the chief's just such a chat.
Best there ever was.
I know, right?
He feels like such a dad character. Like a good, like especially whenever like it starts to come out that like
I like that he was like a humans to
err human.
To err as human.
And then he like winks at him basically.
As he leans back with his lit cigar.
Dude. I mean, not with the doobie.
He's just sitting back there like
straight up stogie in this motherfucker.
Dude.
It'd be alright.
Dude, in that scene, he's vibing so hard. It's like the voice actor knew that he was smoking a fat joint. So he's just vibing so hard and called the god out for not being a god. Like, whatever, boss.
Amen.
Especially
takes another hit.
The facial expressions in that scene too.
Right.
Really.
It's like they definitely again the direction of the voice acting and the animating is just really good. Like the characters feel like they are saying what they're portraying and portraying what they're saying just really well. Where it's like the voice, I can imagine the voice actors might have like done retakes that sound like on paper sound really similar, but with the animation over them sound totally different.
Fit right.
Right. I can imagine that there was a bunch of like, even if there wasn't, they just did a fantastic job. But like, I can imagine there's a lot of retakes where they're like, they want to get the tone just right, you know? And again, that's that kind of thing that I don't think you see very often anymore. And so for this literal kids movie, it's such a vibe. Yeah. It's refreshing.
I will say that even though it was very PG, it did feel
towed the line a little.
You're right. Yeah. It did, but I'm talking about a scene in particular. Even though a scene in particular was very PG. And I mean, it was very insinuated.
Right. Implied raunch.
I still felt a little bad. Like that it was in like a movie that kind of reminds me of Disney to like have a girl straddling over a man as he gets up and his hair's all disheveled. And he goes, like, huh? And she's like, clean yourself up. Like we just got done having an absolute smash
bumping
section.
uglies.
Yeah. I just gave you an absolute throating right now, and we gotta get. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's like that kind of vibe where it's like, oh man, because it's like the context of like this kind of animation style, and it feels so Disney to like have that scene happen. I was like, "Ooh, this feels this feels so scandalous."
Nah, they're just boing.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like in the context of like a Disney movie that is like so sterile with that kind of stuff.
Right.
There's barely a whole hand-holding, prolonged kiss scene.
Nary a slip
at all. To like have her like I said, just to have that moment of like them both like, and they're like disheveled and kissing. It's like, whoa, this feels bad.
Right.
I felt like I was. It was
sucking face.
Yeah, they were.
If you know what I mean.
They totally boinked like twice on screen, basically.
And I mean, I don't blame them. Holy shit!
Back to Senpai Shell.
I'm just saying,
never stops.
Never stops, man. I wouldn't even say I was simping, but like, I mean, you talking about. I'm just saying.
It's all right, man. Be honest.
I'm being honest. There's a difference between like simping and like having a beautiful woman be very flirtatious and touchy-feely. And you're like, I mean, all right, man, yeah, I'm here for it. And that's all,
Hell yeah, brother.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't sit here. I feel like simping is obviously oh please, I'm on my hands and knees pleading for you to even just give me but an inch, to give me but one toe,
a crumb,
please. Even please. That's what I feel like simping is. And the fact that she was over here,
I feel like 20 minutes of this podcast just talking about this chick.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, it's
That's
funny.
okay. She was a very integral part of this movie. And as per usual, I had strong feelings about it.
Right.
He very,
she was a good character.
He very briefly comments on how nice her new earrings are, and she gives the whole look over her shoulder, lip bite, ooh. I'm like, hey, whoa, where are you coming from? Damn. And then of course, that's the end. Then she starts getting all. I mean, the very next thing she's like, hey, what is his name?
Miguel.
No, Miguel.
Miguel, yeah.
She's like, Miguel, I need you to get out of here. And he's like, I kind of want to get out of here anyways.
I need the room to myself.
Exactly. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Until the walls.
And you say I'm bad. That was bad.
Well, if we're gonna sit on the topic for 20 minutes,
that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between simping and then just accepting your fate. At that point in time, I think he was just accepting his fate.
It's a fucking execution.
Not the subtle rapey vibe.
Oh my
That's what I'm saying. She was out there and she wanted a piece of him, and he was like, all right. So anyways, anybody out there in the comments that agree with me, please chime in.
Don't pull them into this.
Chime in. I know I'm not the only one. Don't have these losers sitting here shaming me for my feelings about a very sexy cartoon
We're not
character.
Shaming you.
I know. I feel like you're trying to shame me right now for my thoughts and feelings. You even specifically said, "Tell your truth, Dylan." You can roll back the clip.
Be honest,
roll
man.
back the clip. He said,
"We
"Be
got
honest."
the same thoughts.
I know.
I ain't denying it.
So, anyways, I'm having fun, and it was. I do enjoy the movie for more than just that, but it was definitely very interesting that I was again for a movie that made me feel like I was watching a Disney movie to have such overt contexts in that where it's like she was a very flirty character in a Disney-esque movie. I was like,
you gotta find
weird.
in a Native American woman or something.
Oh my god!
You gotta find in.
I need me a woman who looks at me the way Shell looked at.
Okay, yeah.
there
That's
you
a
go.
good point, though. Yeah, I know. I need me a girl who looks at me the way
I need me a girl who's going to convince my friends to leave the house real quick. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, go.
I live here.
Here's some money. Go treat yourself.
That's
to
called
some
being
dinner,
sexiled. Thank you very much.
Oh god!
Yeah.
Bro, just put a sock on the door or something. All right.
I learned that term recently. It's called being sexiled.
Jesus Christ.
There you go. And see, that's what I'm talking about. But anyways,
Anyway,
yeah.
Here's $10. Go find something to do for the night.
I mean, mad respect. If I was on the receiving end of that, and
I'm not beating around the bush.
That's what I'm saying. If my best friend's lady
if
walks
you
up
need
to
me to
me,
leave, just tell me.
that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna get it.
I don't want to be in the house when this is happening
Even
either.
better, even better. If my friend's lady walks up and goes like, "Hey, here's a crisp $10 bill. Go treat yourself for
fuck
dinner
outta
tonight.
here, yeah.
Get
Did
out
you
of here."
just bribe
I'd be
my
like,
friend?
I'd be like, I look at her and go,
Say,
all right.
I know
Keep
what you
your money,
actually.
bitch.
Yeah, right,
I'm
right,
outta
right,
here.
right.
How long you need? You need 2 or 3 hours. What are we talking?
Jesus.
Until the walls feel. No, yeah, no. Like 10. This is the censored podcast.
Yeah. We don't show this one to everybody.
Yeah, I'd be like, keep the $10. I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna regular exile myself.
Yeah, I don't want to come back. Oh man.
I do.
So yeah, this was a kids movie.
Which is crazy.
and-
Are you sure?
Oh, 100%. And that's the thing that's interesting. And I think that's why if I'm not mistaken, I think people don't talk about it a whole lot.
Mm.
It is a PG movie as opposed to a G-rated movie, which is usually what most Disney films are.
Right. Super Weenie Hut Jr. type shit.
Yeah, right. I'm actually curious. I remember Shrek being, I wouldn't say scandalous, but I remember it being.
I want to say PG-13.
I thought
No,
Shrek was PG.
straight PG.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. So if I was to guess, I think that
Yeah.
DreamWorks makes pretty good PG movies, but
Yeah, they get around it.
Yeah.
Like when Donkey hits the freaking fishbowl and says, they mumble they mumble that, but they know.
Right.
Yeah, I think the same thing with Sugar Honey Iced Tea in the Madagascar movie.
Oh,
I think there's also a couple of
Fun fact, I knew what the shit word was, and I still didn't get Sugar Honey Iced Tea until like 3 years later. I was like, man, I guess spelling isn't my strong suit.
Yeah.
We should watch Madagascar for the podcast.
Oh God,
I haven't watched Madagascar in years.
Yeah, no, it's been a fucking while.
I didn't hear a no though, so
because I never want to. I don't want to like forbid anything.
Yeah, it's a good point.
But that one's easily like bottom of my list compared to what else we got.
What was the movie that I found? I'm going to say on the podcast that way.
I did recommend that we should try and watch another DCOM movie.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I did. Again,
we got close with this one.
we got real
Almost.
close. And there's a nice selection of them out there we need to
I heard El
watch.
Dorado and I perked up like, what?
Yeah, you did.
Well, don't worry. Next, I think I'm going to get us to watch Bulletproof Monk. So,
I really want to get a John Woo movie on here.
what?
Those are
What are
fucking
those?
fantastic, dude. Dual wielding pistols,
All right.
straight up.
I mean, I'm in. You mean
Motherfucker is one of the progenitors, as far as
I'll,
I'm concerned.
I'll read you the details
all right?
of Bulletproof Monk 2003.
Please.
It has 4.5.
2003. Oh gosh,
It has
this is
4.5.
god awful.
It has 4.5 stars. Okay,
Hey,
with only 700 reviews though, but still. The first 3 words, bro. An immortal Tibetan monk and kung fu master takes a streetwise pickpocket under his wing to pass on a sacred scroll that holds the key to unlimited power, which he has been guarding for 60 years.
Wow.
bruh.
Chow Yun-fat and Sean William Scott star.
We have to
Wow.
watch it.
Okay.
So
Bulletproof Monk.
Bulletproof Monk. Yeah, no, not a single soul in this world recommended that to me. I scrolled past and I read Bulletproof Monk and I added it to the watch list, much like I would have done with
Without a
Chud and
second
Velocipaster. I saw the name and I said, I'm here. I added it.
Oh man.
Oh.
Oh, no.
What?
No,
Did you just
no.
look
What
up
is
Bulletproof Monk and we're going to see bad?
It is exactly what I thought it was going to be. It is
Another
it is
Velocipaster? No.
No.
Okay.
I don't think it's Velocipaster was made, I think, intentionally bad. you
No,
know?
yeah.
Whereas this, I think, is a movie made in 2003 that
It just might also be
well,
bad.
no. That is like an action movie.
Uh-huh.
Like there are other action movies in the early 2000s that were kind of on that same level of like trying to be super cool, like The Matrix.
Oh.
And then kind of fell a little short and
Oh,
or maybe a little bit dated and cringy. I'm not saying that's what this is. I'm just looking at it, the logo and box art. And I'm like, oh yeah, that was a time in history. That was a time in cinematography history where that was a thing.
Man,
So-
I'll tell you 2 more we need are Kung Fu Hustle
Mm-hmm.
and Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
Noted. Write those down or something because we
Yeah.
have an actual list somewhere.
If I could just find it. No, I can't.
You were talking
I can't
about-
show you any clips.
You were talking about dual-wielding pistols,
John Woo, yes.
John Woo. Well, this
Any of his films.
there's the Bulletproof Monk. One of the box arts, the Blu-ray box art, has our main monk himself dual-wielding pistols.
Of
So, yeah, you know,
Oh
He's the
man,
Bulletproof Monk, you know.
you know, hey,
gotta be.
and apparently, and this is also a very much a thing of the time
Mm-hmm.
that it was a video game tie-in for this.
Are you for real?
100%.
For Bulletproof Monk,
For Bulletproof Monk, if I'm not
Wait,
mistaken.
where can I get the
have to
game? Yeah,
find
I need
this.
to try this.
Yeah.
dude.
I
That's
can't
gotta
do a podcast episode unless
a
I
new
played the
target
game.
acquired.
Ooh,
I gotta find
man.
it.
I can't truly review the movie unless I've played the tie-in game Bulletproof Monk.
Let's see. Action fighting game, obviously. Developers Mucky Foot.
I've never heard of
Never heard of
There's
that.
probably
my
a good
God.
reason why you've never heard of them.
this. Monkey Foot. I definitely don't like the name.
It's just got foot in it. Dylan's not a big feet guy.
No, I hate them.
Hey, Dylan.
No,
Toes.
I'll hurt you.
Tootsies.
I'll break them one by one.
Here they
I'll
are.
break them off.
Don't touch me.
To break my toes, you have to touch them.
Get away from me.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Coward. You'll never break my toes.
I'm going to grab a hammer, then it won't be me touching it.
Damn. Damn, not the hammer.
Oh, actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think this game is. Wait, I'm confused.
Totally different than the movie?
Well, no. Is that I don't think it was released. Wait, really? Potentially. Bulletproof Monk is a canceled PS2, Xbox, and GameCube game by Mucky Foot Productions.
Fuck.
It was.
That's probably why you've never heard of Mucky Foot Productions.
It was indeed a movie tie-in with the movie by the same name.
Damn.
Wow.
Wasted potential.
Yeah, right.
That's why I couldn't really find a whole lot. I was like,
That could have been one of the best,
on
worst games I ever got.
100%.
I don't know. Those like original Harry Potter games are pretty terrible.
Oh, dude, no. Chamber of Secrets fucks, all right?
Dude, PS1 Hagrid.
PS1 hack. Don't you dare.
I'm not saying anything bad about PS1 Hagrid. I'm just saying the games are trash.
We're playing Chamber of Secrets.
Okay, we can play Chamber of Secrets then. I saw Philosopher's Stone and it was trash.
Yeah, Philosopher's Stone I can't speak for, but Chamber of Secrets fucks. All right.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll do that.
Mm.
Let us know in the comments if you want us to play Chamber of Secrets, PS1 Chamber of Secrets, or watch any of the Harry Potter movies. Wink.
Oh yeah, we did mention that as well, didn't we?
Well, I'm just asking our, a plethora of commenters how they feel on the matter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure there's like one guy out there we know.
Yeah, okay, and I want his opinion, all right?
There's a few other people who have commented, but on a less frequent basis.
Right. I said
easier,
at least.
I know, yeah. It's easier to have dialogue with our main man because he's
He's
consistent.
our liaison.
Other people will sprinkle in a comment on an old episode, and I'll engage, but it's like, hey, nothing quite like our main man.
Yeah, there's not nearly as much retention there.
But anyways, what a fun time this movie was.
Yeah.
I must say,
Mm-hmm.
a lot. I'm not going to say, again, we're way far ahead of this, but because a lot like this last year's Hyance Awards, our selection was one of the first movies we did of the new year,
right.
And I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to watch things like Bulletproof Monk and other things that may take the claim.
It, yeah.
But as of right now, I had no idea what the story for this movie, The Road to El Dorado, was going to be.
If we're getting into vote, I could never vote this. I've heard from everyone and their brother that this is a fantastic movie.
Right, and I'm not saying I would. I'm just saying that out of my suspicions, I haven't heard anything about the plot. I heard a lot about the characters and how good the animation was, and I was like, cool. But is the movie good? So, and I think what I'm saying now is, having concluded,
I'm pretty sure this is like an award-winning movie.
I think it's like I maybe at the time, but like it is
so long.
I think it has been like swept underneath the rug.
Yeah, that's because it's old. Let me see.
Oh god.
I mean, it's the same. It's a year older than Shrek is, and it's by DreamWorks.
Shrek is only so popular because of memes. That's literally it.
I mean, the same thing.
It got Critics' Choice Movie Award for Best Score, which I don't know what that is, but that's what Google.
The movie, the music. Sorry, the movie.
It was the movie.
It was the movie was good.
I did like the music. Yeah.
Never mind. It does have a 50% on Rotten. Why?
That's what I'm saying.
51% on TV Guide and a 7.7 out of 10 on.
The crazy thing to think about is it the same distribution studio that made Shrek. It was a year and a month later that Shrek was released after The Road to El Dorado. So,
I mean,
that's
they were doing bangers
praise.
left and right.
Oof, yeah.
There's oh my God, they're making a fifth Shrek?
Wait, really?
Oh my God.
They just keep making Despicable Me's too.
Oh god.
2026 is going to be Shrek 5.
Damn, bro.
Ew.
That's also, I think, part of why they keep out Shrek, so they keep making new movies.
Right.
Just let him,
Dude,
let him be alone in his swamp. Damn.
Shrek 1 and 2 are the only ones that are real. Okay, the rest.
Okay.
I think 3
Shrek
gets an
the
honor.
third.
I think 3 gets an honorable mention, but a lot of people hated it. So.
What about Shrek Forever After?
No.
I only remember the first one.
What about Ice Age?
Should
you watch Ice Age for the podcast?
Oh, well, now we have to.
Well, they also keep making new Ice Ages too.
Its name has been spoken.
Oh yeah, not the rat.
The Scrat.
I forgot that was
Christ.
his Oh man!
Can I tell you something?
What?
Scrat gave me anxiety as a young boy.
What?
How? Scrat was so like had the big huge eyes and was like scary and fidgety. I was like, you're making me anxious. And then he never ever got his acorn, and I was like, you are getting I was like, dude, when I tell you, I was like, it was I just felt like it was an anxiety test of like he almost gets it and then never quite gets it. I'm just like, oh, just let him have his
Ian
acorn.
was in front of the screen and was like, get the fucking nut.
Yeah, I was like, damn it. And it doesn't help that he's over here panicking and frazzled and I'm like, oh my god, I can't. You're making me anxious.
If I saw that thing in real life, I'd shoot it.
I can't. I'm probably putting it out of his misery.
Yeah.
Right.
Poor guy.
That was just such a hilarious interaction though that I got to just sit here. I had a mic and I still said nothing because you said, can I be honest? Scrat gave me anxiety as a kid, and then I look over to Dylan. He leans into the mic, both of you with straight faced, and says, "What?" That was such an amazing. I just sat here. That was such a good interaction. What?
Okay, now Ethan.
And I think it's sorry. But I just want to finish this before we continue.
That Beck and Rat.
Okay. I think it's also the fact that like it was. Mm-hmm. It was 2002, and I think the animation for Ice Age, that first one, is a bit uncanny.
Yeah,
it's a bit weird.
Early CG,
and I think that also added to it. Is the first iteration? I think Scrat may have gotten a little more cleaned up in the future iterations.
Right. It doesn't help that most of the characters are ugly as sin.
100%.
Ugly as sin.
Right. Dude, the sloth.
Sid. Oh, God. Sid the sloth. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Dude, when I tell
There's
you...
no bigger roast than sex. It reminds you of the sloth from Ice Age, man.
I'm looking at like screen grabs of Scrat from this thing. I'm like, yeah, it makes me... it's making me... Oh, my God. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
Anyways,
he did have eyes that peered directly into your soul.
Right.
Scrat knows your sins.
He sees all your sins.
Right?
Is Scrat your sleep paralysis?
100%.
Honestly, he's a good one. If so, I just get the hat man like a boring person.
Oh yeah. My guy his name is still Cecil, and he comes up there and is like, "Yeah, what up?"
Right. You feeling like Scrat again? Or do you want me to change it up?
Sorry, I had to do that. I'm sorry, just for any of those who listen to the podcast, we have effects on this board, and I turned.
That was just Cecil. We have a fourth mic, and Cecil walked up.
Right.
Yo, what's up, guys? Oh,
God.
Yeah, I hear Cecil. Yeah, I hear.
Oh, sorry.
What were you saying before?
I was gonna say, Ethan, for that meme you just showed me, there better be the fucking theme music playing in the background.
I didn't unmute it. I just showed him a meme of like POV. You're the villain watching Sailor Moon transform, and it's just some kid spinning on his foot doing poses. But he's doing these poses like he's on ice skates, but he's not somehow.
Right.
So I don't know how the kid's doing it. It's impressive, and he's doing these like Sailor Moon poses where I guess she transforms. I've watched a single episode of Sailor Moon, and Dylan wants me to watch more of it with him because he thinks that it'll be fun, and it probably will be. But
not only will it be fun, it'll be funny.
Yeah. So I just thought it'd be funny.
Chase can attest. Just ask him.
I thought it'd be funny to show him that, and I don't know if there's any audio playing over it because I just showed it to you on air. Just try to see if we keep a straight face.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man.
Yeah, Road to El Dorado. They did not get the gold.
Unfortunately.
But we could all. It was about the friends we made along the way. You know, like we knew they would
real
get the gold.
road,
except for the horse. The horse was like, "Hey, you ain't gonna put these up."
Right. Yeah, he's hiding his little tootsies.
Just keep them more shoes. What's he even gonna do with that?
I mean, get some.
Gonna buy some horse bitches.
Yeah, horse cocaine.
I also think that, like, if I'm not mistaken, this is where I'm gonna get analytical here. I think gold is too soft of a metal to have as horseshoes.
Oh yeah, no, it's not gonna.
It's
work.
gonna just get smushed
just gonna wear
weight.
within like
those would be the worst horseshoes. Yeah,
100%. Sorry to get super analytical.
Just pluck this little detail.
Yeah, big horse expert here. Bad shoe idea.
Yeah. I love the movie until they put gold horseshoes on them. Then it brought me out of it.
Yeah, that's basically just animal abuse.
Yeah.
I should have pulled up doesthedogdie.com and see what I had to say about this movie.
Uh-oh.
Probably should have done that.
I do like that it's also not super addressed. The horse just like
has the intelligence of a
Well, no.
like
a children's movie logic.
Right,
I can suspend my
animal
disbelief.
mascot character.
Yeah. But what I'm talking about is like 180s. From being like the lead horse of like one of the main bad guys to just like he's just one of the bros now.
Right, he's just partying.
He's just like,
Here for the
I
ride."
guess I'm here, guys.
Right, he's just along for the ride. Also, Google's AI overview. Were there any dogs in this movie?
No.
Okay. Google's AI overview says no, the dog does not die in The Road to El Dorado. In fact, all dogs in the film survive. There were no dogs in the film.
Yep.
All right, now let's go to doesthedogdie.com, Road to El Dorado.
These overviews are hilarious.
These are
As much as I hate them, I can't
they're
help but
so
love
bad.
them because of
Yeah.
how stupid
I
they
saw
are.
one. I saw one that was like how to find out how many USB ports are on your motherboard, and it was like they're usually over here, and you could tell if they're 3.0 or 2.0. And it says, and then the next line it just says one Reddit user says, "Kill yourself." And it just goes to another line. What?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god,
It
dude.
just takes from random shit. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
Does someone abuse alcohol? 12 no's, 2 yeses. The song sequence "Tough to Be a God" implies they are drunk, but it's not obvious. It would go for it implies that they're high. They
No,
smoked a
yeah.
doobie and they were like, "Yo."
Smoked that good shit. It's hard to
Does a horse
tripping
die? Altivo is just fine by the end of the movie.
100%.
Does an animal die? Tekle Khan picks up an illusory rat by the tail, turns it into a pear, and eats it.
Yeah.
He does do that. Also, wait, can we go back?
That was kind of visceral, I will say.
Can we go back to animal or like insect? Because he just crushes a spider in his hand, like a
Yeah.
fake spider, but a
Well,
spider.
but no one likes that.
Yeah,
The second it has
okay.
bones and blood, people get sad about it.
Yeah.
But if it's a spider, everyone's like, ooh, I hate spiders.
Right. Anything creepy or crawly,
Yeah.
worth no sympathy.
You can kill a bug, but you can't quite kill a... Well, you mean you can kill a rat, but people get a little more like... Ew.
Right. It'll make you a little sad, I
Are
guess.
there spiders?
I feel like that's...
Unless you hate rats.
I've said that on the podcast, and I'll say it again.
Yep.
People don't like lizards. I think lizards are okay.
Lizards are cool.
Lizards are pretty cool.
I like reptiles.
I have some friends of mine. They're like, they see a lizard, you know, a little green lizard or a little gecko or something, gets a little close to the door, maybe even gets inside a little bit. And they're like, oh, kill it. I'm like, why?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Why
Just
would I
pick it
kill
up.
him? He's just a bro. He's just a little
But
silly
the
little
second,
guy.
you better believe I see just the inkling of a goddamn cockroach, and I'm smashing that
Oh,
shit.
yeah, no,
Yeah, no, if
roaches.
Look, I'll be honest.
Shit out of
If I
here.
see a lizard, I'm
Genocide.
gonna be like, "How do I get the lizard out of the
Yeah,
house?"
yeah.
If I see
How
a
do I
rat,
preserve this life?
If I see a rat and I'm like, and I can get it, I'm gonna be like, "How do I get the rat out of my house?" If I can't get it, then it's rat trap time. Sorry, all right, you're gonna do it. But if I see a spider, I will smite it with the power of God.
See,
in
and
this
is
the
where-
simplest moment,
and this
just
is
because
where-
it's a spider.
This is where my xenophobia gets really niche and very specific. Arachnids, I am more okay with.
Right. Spiders, I can cut some slack.
Spiders, I can cut
It
some slack
depends
because a lot of
it depends on the size.
It
It
depends on
depends
the
on if
size.
they've got a little web up in the corner. If they're hanging like a bro.
It depends.
All
Yeah,
right.
it depends on the room. And
That's
it
my buddy
depends.
Tony.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If he's like in the fucking doorway, get the fuck out of my way, bro.
Not even gonna lie. There's been a couple times where
Makes erratic movements. He's done.
Yeah,
All right.
sorry.
a couple times where I've caught some little critters and tossed it in the web and watched them go to town. I'm like, I got you, bro. You remember that next time, all right?
Yeah,
bro.
right. Don't forget to pay taxes, asshole. Yeah.
I got your back.
Yeah.
Get that shit cleaned up.
Side note, I don't often talk about work stories.
Oh boy.
But,
Uh-oh. We're
while-
shifting gears?
Well, yeah, well, no, not really, because you
Okay,
said
okay,
lizards.
okay.
Okay, so let me Google what this animal is before I
Coming to
continue
you
the story.
live
Okay.
from Hindsight Studios,
so,
Ethan.
Ethan.
The EMS report.
I was on scene. No, what is that? It's like a.
This concludes the EMS
I
report. With
googled
Ethan.
Komodo dragon. It was not one of those.
Okay.
It was a type of like lizard, but it was
Was
like
it
a lizard.
perhaps a skink?
A bearded dragon?
A bearded dragon. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Okay.
Those are popular
pets. Yeah.
pet-
It was a
pets,
bearded
pet
dragon. Okay.
lizards.
So but it was one of those big lizards, bearded dragon.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
So,
like size of your forearm or
I
something.
go into the room, and I'm like trying to check this patient out. So I'm like, all right, let me like, there's like no room in one area. So I'm like, all right, let me like, I'll get on the. So I said, excuse me, like I'm gonna get around the other side, and I go around the person who's sitting on the foot of the bed. I'm going to the other side of the bed so that I can get the blood pressure cuff on the person in the bed.
Right.
So I go around and I just stop. Because there's a bearded dragon in front of me, like
Yeah.
and it's like on, like it's like right here, like it's like really
on
close
the,
to
like
me.
on the bed? Or
No,
like-
it's on like a chest of drawers or something.
Okay, yeah.
So it's
gotcha,
like
gotcha.
it's like up there. It's like at like chest height to me,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just chilling
Just,
and
like,
kind of
bowing
looking
up.
at me. And I stopped, and the person sitting on the bed wondered why I stopped and looked at me. And so when they looked at me, I didn't even. I made eye contact with this fucking lizard,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I just and
You
with,
look away, you don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, I'm like, hey,
with this like 30-pound monitor in one hand, and my other hand with a glove on. I just pointed just like this under him.
Yeah, yeah.
I pointed and said, "That's real." And she-
is that real?
I'm like, somebody called 911 and they're trying to get help, and I'm like, "That's a real lizard, dude."
That's real.
Yeah. And so, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, sorry." So she like picks it up. She's like, "Yeah, it's real." And it moves its head around like, "Oh, she's picking me up, right?" And I was like, "Oh, okay." At first, it didn't move much, so I thought it was like
Yeah, like a taxidermy
a
or something.
toy. Yeah. And I was like, "Damn, that's a real ass toy." Sorry. And that was word for word what I said was, "Damn, that's a real ass toy." So I put it on the bed. Got back to my work, and I was like, "Damn, I was lost." Like,
Damn, that was a real ass toy.
yeah, right. And she's like, "Nah, like it doesn't bite or anything." I was like, "I don't even care if it does. Like, it doesn't. It's not gonna bite that bad. Like, I'll be fine."
Right.
And I wasn't gonna piss it off. But like,
Of all the things I was expecting on my bingo card, that was not the
it
one.
wasn't in a cage or nothing. It was just vibing in the room. He
Just
had free
free-balling
range,
it.
bro. Yeah, no. He was like, "Why are you in my house?" Right?
We got a
And
free
so-
range bead in here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and so I was like, there was just this moment where like it didn't move. I didn't see it move unless
Yeah.
that's what drew my attention to it. But it just looked so real. I said, "That's real."
So good.
And I was like, it looked like such a real toy. And she's like, "That's because it's not." And she's like holding it and like moved over. And then that was, of course, while I'm like checking the patient, that was like the topic of conversation was the fact that there's just a lizard. And he's just chilling here. He's like looking around.
Yeah.
And we're like, "What was it? Yeah, your blood pressure's good. What's he eat, by the way?"
Yeah.
Worms.
Yeah, they're like, "Yeah, pretty much anything, you know."
I've had the very same thing happen with when I lived in Canada. I was visiting the family of a friend of mine, and I didn't know that they had birds. And one of them was like out the cage at the time, which was kind of like free roaming. So there's nothing quite like walking into a room and have a bird fly at you.
That was me at Chase's
And then
house.
I'm like, oh my god!
Yeah.
Lands on your shoulder and tries to like whisper sweet nothings in your ear. I'm like, bro, I don't know what's happening here, but I'm being violated.
It's a zesty fucking bird.
Yeah, I
dude.
know.
Right? Yeah.
He was getting frisky fast. So
It happened to
anyways.
me at Chase's house.
Uh-oh.
The bird's
Also,
got zesty.
are there spiders? Yes. 19 yeses, 1 no. There's this scene where Tycho Khan conjures an illusion of spiders and crushes one in his hand. Are there snakes? Tycho Khan conjures illusions of snakes. Yes. 22 yeses. Are there sharks? 6 yeses. A shark comes out of the water to eat a seagull during the Lost Sea scene.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Are there bugs? C. Are there spiders? For more details. Damn, couldn't even answer it yourself, man. Is someone held underwater? He's swept out and sucked under the tide. Yes. Is someone restrained? She's briefly grabbed by the wrists and he quickly manages to break free. Is there self-harm? No. It's implied they want the two gods to eat the people piece by piece or whole. What?
Wait, what? That ain't true.
Yeah, I don't know what that means there.
It was whenever Zeko Khan was talking to Tulio about getting the sacrifices going and talking about devouring their essences whole or piece by piece.
Oh, that's their essence. It's not their body parts.
Does someone struggle to breathe? 7
I'm
yeses,
gonna
4 no?
consume your essence. I guess you mean your soul, but I mean I guess
Yeah.
you're probably right.
Well, is there cannibalism? 8 no's. It is implied that they want him to eat other people.
Wow. Okay.
Is there body horror? 4 yeses, 2 no's. At one point, the main villain connects to a stone monster. His eyes turn green, his nails sharpened to claw. I guess that's I mean,
Okay.
if we're being strict, I guess.
Yeah.
Surface level body horror.
Yeah. Okay.
Does a non-human character die? Seagull gets eaten by shark.
Yeah,
As a
it
Jaws
does.
gag, Lamau. Nice.
Also has a butthole.
Yeah. Also
Oh,
with an anime.
God.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
The
yeah.
animations, they animated a butthole on that
Yeah.
seagull, by the way.
Oh no.
Are there
Straight up
natural bodies of
asshole.
water? Yeah. Is someone possessed? A large animal statue gets possessed. Yeah.
Damn.
But the dog does not die.
100%.
Good.
Are there
Because there were
anxiety
none.
attacks? 8 yeses. Who had an anxiety attack?
Tulio.
No,
As soon
okay.
as he found out Miguel was missing.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
He's loose.
I love the very first one is always does the dog die, and it's 20 no's.
Yeah.
Filter. Oh, I can filter only to show yes. No, I need to be a supporter for that. Rip, never mind.
I gotta be a support. I ain't.
I
Paying
mean,
for
I'll be
that
honest
shit.
though, it's
Access the
only
filter.
$250 a month, and I feel like if I do enough of these podcasts, I'm on that website enough that I should probably just be a supporter of
You're right, yeah.
DoesTheDogDie.com.
Damn.
I'm already sponsoring them, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh man.
Well, It's a great episode, boys.
Yeah.
It was a fun time watching that movie, and can't wait to see what else we do next. You guys are both yawning and stretching and
Bulletproof Monk.
Okay. Well, I guess that's going to be on the list at some point.
Right.
Whether it be next or not, I don't know.
We shall see.
We can look
shall
at
see.
Disney Channel movies next if we want. But,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Well, first of all, we have to figure out how to get our hands on Bulletproof Monk. What is it on Netflix?
I have it. No, yeah, I added things that I could get
sweet.
to. I can either rent it on
Nice.
Amazon Prime or I can just. I have it. I think it's included in my Amazon Prime.
Cool,
So,
cool. That's good to hear.
yeah, no. I only am gonna add things to the list if I can get them. It's just that we've sort of watched through a lot of Dylan's current like physical collection, so I started
right.
looking in other places because there's still plenty of movies that we need to see that I haven't, like Spaceballs, which I think you actually have.
do
that
have
one, yeah.
Spaceballs,
So
yes.
never mind.
We need to go just grab a grab bag of weird
Just a
eclectic
bunch of shit,
movies, like
yeah.
of just weird C grade movies.
Just
or
a bunch
whatever.
of nothings.
Yeah, just a bunch of just like nothing movies,
Mm-hmm.
and just like have a little selection of those. It's a
Yeah.
little fun to throw that little dice hand in there.
Right.
But anyways, as we said before, there are many different ways for you to get in contact with us in the comment sections. A lot of these episodes. If you listen on Spotify, you can scroll down. There's a little comment section down there where you can write out a little comment, and I can contact you that way.
He can see you.
Yeah, I can see that I can see in the numbers that everyone's watching. But if you want me to see you and talk to you, firsthand,
You gotta leave a 5-star.
you gotta leave a review and you gotta comment how much you love this podcast,
Yeah, Snapchat
and
won't let me
also
leave
how
a
much
5-star
and how
review of
much
my own
you
show.
how much you agree with me about Shell. That's all I'm saying. But you go onto YouTube and type in @Hindsight Studios, and you can find all of our podcasts and stuff there. Some YouTube videos we made, and maybe we'll be able to make some more YouTube videos in the coming year. That'd be kind of fun. A little playthrough. Holy shit! Wahoo!
We still gotta finish the rest of the Metal Slugs.
Oh my gosh!
There's still more mail slugging to do. I'm so
100%.
bad. I'm just so bad.
But in those same things, you can subscribe there. You can do all the things that you're supposed to do nowadays. You don't have to, but we'd really appreciate it. And also leave a little comment for us.
You're required by law to leave a 5-star review.
Okay, well that's what Ethan says. So if you
I don't
wanna
know
be,
whose law, but
if
it's
you want to be,
somebody's.
if you want to go into any kind of territory that Ethan's over, you got to follow his rules.
I
So.
have plenty of territories. You'll never know.
Okay. Well, until next week. Thank you so much for listening.
See you.
Fart noise.
Bye bye.
Shut up.